It wasn't classic Rangers, but it was probably classic Clement as Rangers managed to scrape over the line against St Mirren. Welcome back to Fog Football with the Buddies. Buddies a big fill today. Well, you know what? They did a job for them. They get beat, and that's probably as good as Clement could have asked for today. But after the 4-0 drumming of FCSB, I don't know, man. I think you would expect Rangers to do a lot better today. Yeah, the 3 points is all that matters, but you feel like you're just edging towards the end with Philip Clement. Like, honestly, hand on heart, whatever. I feel like the end is just around the corner. Honestly, it feels like one more slip up and it's all over. And I think that slip up's going to be Wednesday against Aberdeen. This Rangers team, I just don't see us producing any sort of performance to step up to task up to Pataudry, man. I don't. Honestly, I just cannot see it. But let's dive in and talk about the clash at Ibrox earlier on today then, shall we? So, of course, the game kicks off St Mirren for the first 13 minutes with a much better team. All we did in that spell was attack with Tierney. He whipped the ball in and he somehow ballooned it outside of the stadium. So, don't really understand how that works. St Mirren, though, they were going they were going down the wings, over the top. Ball gets through to Aliunga, whatever. He drags it wide. It's a pretty poor shot at the end of the day. But at this point, it could have been 1-0 St Mirren, and I'm panicking. Clement's going to lose his job. And then what happens? I'll tell you what happens. The ball ends up going to Nico Raskin, and I've always said this. Like, you know what? Yeah. See the times against teams like this, you can't always do the surgical pass or whatever. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, and luck comes in many shapes and forms. And what that means is that maybe when you shoot, right, like Raskin did here, you can tuck the rebound in, and that's exactly what Diamonde did. Raskin does shoot. I mean, it is a bit lucky, alright? It is a bit lucky. There's no two ways getting around it. I mean, it takes about 3 deflections. It falls to Diamonde's feet, and he pokes it past the goalkeeper. Brilliant. Considering we were under the cosh. Yes, you're hearing that right. We were under the cosh at Ibrox against St Mirren. But I thought Proper was really, really poor today. I think there is no two ways around it. I thought Proper was shockeruno. John Souttar obviously did not start. Neither did Cyril Dessers. Neither did James Tavernier. Did he get the team right? Leave it down below. I did react to it earlier on the Fog Football watch along when we were talking about the Ember Derby. Towards the end of it, I reacted to that. So, I mean, what you've got to look at there is, just because Tavernier doesn't start and Dessers doesn't start, it doesn't automatically mean that the grass is greener with the other options. You know what I mean? I think it is a bit idiotic to assume that because we dropped James Tavernier, we're going to win games 5-0 all of a sudden. No. I mean, yeah, we don't want the guy to start, and there's other players we don't want to start and feature, but it's more than just a 1 or a 2 or a 3 player thing. It's a team thing at the end of the day. But yeah, I thought Robin Proper today was absolutely awful. Just getting absolutely, thrown off the ball. The he's a big enough lad, man. You think he would be alright, but he's really, really not. St Mirren, I mean, they're pressurised and they get the corner, gets whipped in. Gogic just gets above everyone, sends Proper out the road like he's not even there, and then it's a header. Butland, I mean, could potentially do better, but Gogic manages to head back into the net, and it's 1-1. Rangers just not good enough at this point. We then have a ball whipped in for Tierney. It finds Bajrami at the back post. I mean, it's a tough enough angle, but the shot was tame, and it wasn't even on target. It was into the side netting. Don't understand this. We then got a corner about the 45th plus 4 minute. Balogun heads it wide. Should do better. Bit unlucky, but yeah, I mean, Balogun, people say he's the best defender. I mean, I'd probably put Souttar. I'd still put Souttar above him, but I mean, they're both clear of Proper at the end of the day. And yeah, Proper's the guy we signed in the summer. Should he not have been the improvement on those two? Yes, but that's the problem you've got when your recruitment process is utter wank at the end of the day. St Mirren then come out after half time. They get an offside goal with Aliunga again. This is marginal, but he is just offside again. Proper and Balogun not really knowing what to do. caught in 6s and 7s. I mean, they're lucky here. I mean, you can say, oh, this is what they do in training, but I mean, land me an inch and it might have been on. And it's a good finish for the guy, but obviously offside. We then have another proper mistake at the back. It's just, okay, what is going on? There's a claim for a St Mirren penalty. There's nothing in it. I think he's dove to the ground here. But then Rangers, we get the goal. We get the goal to make it 2-1. Cyril Dessers, good work in the left-hand side, takes it to the byline, whips it across. Tierney pokes it into the back of the net. He continues his fine goal-scoring form. Then we have Connor Barron with a high boot. I mean, this could have been a red. It could have been, but it's not. Tierney then gets a one-on-one where all he's got to do is finesse it with his left foot. It seems to be his specialty. It seems to be all he scores at Rangers. Obviously, this game he did score a different goal, but we've seen it against FCSB. This is his gravy, man. We've seen it against St Johnstone as well. Motherwell. This guy's left foot's really good, but I mean, this wasn't a bad effort. Like, it wasn't like straight at the goalie, but at the same time, you would still expect a wee bit more from Flo Cap Tierney, but it's saved. Dessers then gets the ball into him. St Mirren are just piling bodies forward at this point. Butland's making saves. Things are getting nervy. A little bit nervous. And then Dessers drags a shot wide. The full-time whistle goes. Rangers live to fight another day, but at the end of the day, man, it's papering over the cracks, man. Can we not just beat? Was it too much to ask today for us to beat St Mirren like the same way we beat FCSB? Because I thought it was like St Mirren just completely and utterly parked the bus. I mean, there was actually like decent, there was decent play for St Mirren. We had enough chances, but for whatever happened, man, not exactly impressed today. I think Clement's on thin ice, but we'll see how that goes. And I think Wednesday's going to be telling. We've hyped. I mean, obviously the Old Firm's the biggest game of the season. Then we labelled Aberdeen biggest game of the season against Celtic. There, for me, I think the biggest game of this season so far is a game that's not even going to feature Celtic, because I think on Wednesday, I think Clement's probably going to get sacked if we get beat, and then if Aberdeen win, I mean, you're looking at 9 points to Rangers in the battle for second, and then is it a battle for second or is it a battle for first? I'm not going to pretend that Aberdeen beating this current state of Rangers right now automatically solidifies them as a title contender, because it doesn't. At the end of the day, Aberdeen would need to show is consistency. They've done that, but instead of doing it over 9 games, can they do it over 18, etc., etc.? We'll see how it goes, but they won't be able to keep their form up. But here, Celtic's form, Celtic won't be able to keep their form up. Celtic aren't going to play 9 games, win 8 and draw 1. Eventually your form is going to go out the window, but the reality is Celtic are more likely to do that than Aberdeen. And when you look at Rangers, that is a pipe dream, like winning 8 and drawing 1 for us. That's what it feels like, at least. Anyway, guys, Rangers 2, St Mirren 1. Peace out.